Original. This is the original death cry, if you like, of the starting motor. So go, here we go. Push button start on this fella. I don't want to start. Well, enjoy it, pal, because this is the last time you're doing this to me. Yeah. Oh, I've suffered this for 2 years. And there she goes. Now, that's the last time you're ever going to hear that ugly, horrible sound. Because from now on, baby doll, that new starter goes in, or reconditioned, or whatever I do, you won't hear that anymore. Bye bye, shitty starter. Bye bye. The process of removing the starter motor has begun here on Saturday morning. You can see. It's jacked up. I've got my little axle stand under there. I've slightly dropped the Jesus Christ, the hydraulic jack, just about half an inch from under the body, but locked it back in position just in case as a secondary. And I'm going to throw a couple of tyres under there. Here we are. There's the starting motor in there. We'll pull that swine out now. Yep. Little tip for you if you don't already know. When you're taking off your wheel nuts, the nice chrome ones, these ones here, take a bit of a old rag, preferably something that the dog has chewed on, stuff it inside. I've only got one hand here because I'm holding the camera. Stuff it inside, slip it over your wheel nut when you're taking it off. That way you don't damage the edges of the nice chrome nut or scrape it or mush it. And the cloth keeps it safe. Yeah, a bit of rust on that. Clean it off. Okay, let's see. Bit awkward here, but I'll do my best to remove the starter. I think there's that one bolt up there. See that bolt there? Unbolt that. And then around this side here, if I can show it, that bolt there, unbolt that. So as you face into the starter, the bolts are kind of diagonal. One is top left and the other is bottom right. And those two bolts, you remove those, and now comes your starter. The course goes without saying, disconnect your wire, disconnect your wires from the solenoid, and the starter should pop out, in theory. Just for reference from myself. Connected in there, and then that runs down, connects to the right hand side of the solenoid. Red is on the right, blue is on the left. Red is on the right, blue is on the left. And then this one here, she connects in there, sits on the bottom I think, and runs back to the body of the car. That's the earth strap. And then the one that sits on top sits there, and that one runs back and up. Don't ask me where it goes, I don't know. So that lad there just runs down to the solenoid, that's connected there. Red on the right, blue on the left. That one there is the air strap running back to the body, and that one there sits on the top, and I don't know where that runs back. Dude, I'm going to unplug this. Pop pickers, top tip for you while we're on the situation. See this here? This is the reason why you never wear your silver solid watch when working on a car. Because it chips the fucking paint. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Where I need a Tony Goodman to fix that for me. Nah. I'm going to respray it anyway, it's all one. Going to respray Night Fire Red, baby. Yeah. Night Fire. Okay. So, we're going to disconnect this bad boy here, which is connected to the solenoid, and we're going to disconnect the earth strap, which runs back to the body of the car, and we're going to disconnect these two boys here. They just pull off. Oh, they're off already. Oh God, it's a Saturday morning and I have a bit of a hangover because I like to have a few beers on the weekend. Let's not forget the Eurovision's on tonight. Woohoo! More beers. Right, let's crack on. I want to disconnect. I think that's a 13. Yep, this bad boy here is a 13. I don't think I need to disconnect this one here because it's from the motor to the solenoid. We'll see anyway. Yeah, there you go. Your washer, and then the first one off, which is the earth, and then the second one off, which is, well, let's be honest, I ain't too sure where that goes. I'm just going to pop the washer and nut back on here for safekeeping. And now I'm going to move on and undo the 2 bolts that holds it in place at the back, and hopefully it should drop out. Because as Colin Jeffrey was saying, his older one was much bigger than this one. This looks small enough to me. So hopefully with a bit of wiggling she'll come out. Probably won't though. Probably won't, because you know what I mean. Murphy's Law. Right, so that's one bolt out in the bottom right, and for that one I used a 9/16, I think it was. Was it 9/16? That's the bolt. And washer out, handy enough. Yeah, it's a 9/16 I've used there. Handy enough. And that's one bolt out. On to the next one. Second bolt up the top left has proved to be a proper little pig, which probably would have been much easier had I had a longer ratchet. But I lent, as I said before, I lent some tools to a Muppet in work, and not the job I'm in now, a different job. He lost my stuff. You know, a fella said to me years ago, he said, never lend your stuff out, never, because he said at the end of the day, he said if a fella loses it, he just says sorry and walks off. Anyway, I'm going to pop this bolt out. Second bolt out. Absolutely awkward little pig, as you can see, in up there. Or maybe I just didn't have the right gear for taking it out. But awkward little pig nonetheless. 2 bolts out. So now apparently it just wiggles out. Best of luck with that, because I can't see this wiggling out too handily. It's solid. So fucking hell, here we go. Ta-da! See the big hole there? That's where the starter was. It came out. Grand and handy. And I have to say, drop down here, it was a piece of cake. 2 nuts there. And there's my starter there. Grand job. As you can see, that's her there. And I was talking to Kevin Watkis on the phone there a couple of minutes ago. And you can see, I don't know if you can see that. There's quite a bit of play in there. Look at that. Anyway, so change of plan. I ain't going to overhaul it as per the 1970s manual there. I'm going to throw it into the automotive place, auto electrical place. Starting to sound all American, aren't we? Anyway, the starter dropped down nice and handy out of the hole there, straight down between the and the sump. Wasn't an issue. The only reason in the end I ended up having to ring Kevin was so stupid, was because when I undone the 2 bolts, the starting motor was absolutely solid, it wouldn't move, and of course I panicked. So I rang Kev. I says, Kev, starting motor's fucking wedged in. What's the crack? He says, man, it should be out if you have the right 2 bolts out, which I did. So what did we do? So we took our old friend, the hammer, and we gave it a little tappity tap, and it dropped right out into my hand. So that's it, lads and lassies. That's how you remove a starter from a 1970, I don't know if it's 72 or 73, 73 Rover P6. And the only reason I'm making these videos about this Rover is because when I type it into YouTube, there's nothing there. There's nothing on YouTube for the Rover. So here's a removal of a starter video from a Rover on YouTube. Not that there was on to it, but I didn't know that at the time. And whoever else is going to try and give it a bash, they probably don't know it either. So they can watch the video and see. See, Josh? Bad boy, Lucas. That's her there, with plenty of wiggle down the shaft. See there, wiggling? Can you see the wiggle on it? And it looks fairly new and fairly clean, so it could be just worn. But we get the verdict on that. I'd say I'll drop this bad boy in on Tuesday, and then I'll go back and pick it up on the Wednesday, and we'll see what the crack is then. So that's it. All I've got to do is clean up my mess now, stick the wheel back on the car and drop it down, because I don't want to leave it sitting like that until Tuesday. And the best part I'm looking forward to is when the starter is done. Can you believe it? Can you believe the absolute pleasure of sitting in your car and it's starting the first time? Good luck. There we go here. I'm always referencing everything, haven't I? Just to see what I have. Just makes it handy if I have any questions in the future. Let's see. Lucas 25683B 4872 3M1 08012V. Lucas, made in England. Big old heavy starter. I cannot wait for this to be fixed. Oh, the pleasure of just sitting in a garage and turning the car over and just whack us up the first time. Anyway, man, I better get this mess sorted out. Still not a bad way to spend your Saturday, eh? Well, not a bad way if you're a car now. Yeah. And there for you, just for yourself there, Kev. There's the bolts. As you can see, no slots on them. It was a great tip Kevin gave me there. He was saying that top left bolt on the alternator was a pig to remove and a bit of a pig to get put back in, and the original bolts to hold it in place should have a slot across the top of the head, so you can get that screwdriver in up there on the top left with your alternator, when your starter's in place. You can get that one in and then get a long screwdriver across the top of the starter, and the head of the screwdriver goes into the slot of the bolt and you can spin it in. Do you know what I mean? To take the weight off, you can get that bolt in place. Another top tip brought to you by the Rover P6 Club, courtesy of Kevin Watkis, through the mouth of the great Casey.